everyone. I am at my kitchen table because all of my other colleagues on this YouTube channel, when they did their breakdowns, appear to all be at kitchen tables, so I'm just following suit. Today, I wanted to make a video showing off my two Traxxas TRX4M crawlers. So the build breakdown series is just a way to show you guys a more in-depth breakdown, the more logistics and specifics of each of our trucks that you see in our bigger, longer form videos. So when you've seen these two trucks, now after this video, you should know a little bit more about them. So we'll start off with the first truck that I had. You'll see this truck on the channel as far back as September. I actually brought this to Alex's bachelor party before we all got into the crawlers. So that was really fun, and it was in its completely stock form. Now it is not stock. So this is the TRX4M Bronco. It's not like crazy modified, but this is my crawler truck. So first of all, of course, I did the light kit, the Traxxas light kit for headlights and taillights. But here is the chassis. So what we have here is we have an Endura 180 48 turn reverse rotation motor. This is the purple motor from Endura. Really love this so far. It's been great. However, it is paired to Traxxas plastic crawler gears. So I did switch out the transmission completely, and it now has the crawler gears, which I have been very happy with. However, I think these are gonna need to be switched out at some point because I switched out the motor and I still have plastic gears instead of the Endura metal transmission that a lot of people do. I have a feeling I'm gonna strip it out. I now have the Endura black aluminum drive shafts, and the diffs are stock, which the front diff seems to be skipping or jumping a tooth or something like that. So that is going to need to be addressed at some point. I also do have the Traxxas Metal Gear servo. So that was swapped out. That broke pretty much immediately. And this still has the standard servo. So I'll probably be doing a servo video at some point on this truck to show you how to do that. And then I have some Endura wheels and Endura tires. I will leave them linked in the description below. All of the parts will be linked in the description below. I don't remember what they are, but they are not brass. I opted to go with these white wheels because I think they look really cool, but they are not brass. So the truck is still really light. And that was one of my big goals, is because a lot of people overbuild their trucks and make them very heavy. When Nick does his build breakdown of his Land Rover Defender TRX4M, he's sort of the opposite side of the table with me because he has a lot of weight and that truck is heavy, and it helps out in a lot of scenarios and it hurts in a lot of scenarios. I have found that lightness seems to be a little bit better for me. But other than that, stock battery, stock chassis. I haven't done any low center of gravity chassis on either vehicle. Stock electronics. And I do have Endura 59mm shocks and springs that you have to fill yourself. So that will be all found in the description below. But this was really, or this is going to more be my very specific crawling truck. I want this to be able to crawl up big inclines, do all the crazy articulation, and that sort of thing, while still looking relatively not stock, but I like the scale realism. That's why on the roof, I do have an Etsy roof rack that I found that has a little 3D printed cooler and a tarp, as well as I've swapped out some stuff. I do have an Endura light bar on the roof that I never hooked up because I pulled the wires and they broke. And this, I believe, is an Endura gas can screwed into the side as well. However, there's a bunch of scale RC places that sell the exact same gas can with the exact same mold. So that is my blue truck, Bucky the Bronco, which I named it Bucky. I actually bought it in this color because my girlfriend and I went to the Everglades about a year ago this time, and we rented a blue 4-door Bronco on Turo, and the owner specifically named that truck Bucky. So like I would get text updates of, I hope Bucky's treating you well, and Bucky did treat me well in real life, and so I wanted to mimic that with the TRX4M. This is my newest acquisition when it comes to the crawlers, or at least the TRX4Ms. This is a TRX4M High Trail K10. I wanted the K10 specifically because I was driving a K10 at the time in red, and I thought it would be cool to have a miniature version, and here it is. Here's a picture of the real truck. I want to do the white decals along the side, but maybe that is a pipe dream. So this is my trail truck. I really wanted to go super scale with it. I want it to look really good in pictures, which it does. And that is why I opted to go with this. This I actually found on eBay. This is a 3D printed camper back. I painted it. It comes like completely white. So I distressed it by taking some acrylic paint and mixing it in a cup of water and then painting it up and then wiping it off. So it left like a really nice weathered and distressed look to it. The windows... The windows are not actually plastic or anything, or they don't come filled, they're just open holes. So I made plastic windows out of cutting up a Dunkin' cup. I had a Dunkin' Refreshers medium cup sitting around, and I cut and I glued it on the inside. I also did put a light kit in this truck. However, the High Trail comes with a light kit. So I went on Etsy and I found one that mimics incandescent bulbs, like older style headlights. But instead of putting it into the headlights, I put it into the camper back. So I drilled a little hole in the bed, put it up through, and now when that car is on, it actually has lights inside the camper, which I think adds a really, really cool and realistic look to it, and I'm very happy with it. The only other modifications I've done is I've added a license plate from rcplates.com, as well as a bunch of national park stickers on the back, again from rcplates.com. Very cool stuff there, but overall, I've really enjoyed driving this truck stock, and it's treated me well. It does have the stock servo, it has the stock, well, everything, suspension, wheels, tires, everything is completely stock. And I've really enjoyed that, and I plan on keeping it that way. I just really wanted this truck to look cool and sort of, you know, get some of those scale shots, which I hope you've enjoyed in the last couple of Crawler Chronicles videos. But yeah, so these are my two trucks. This is my build breakdown for my two Traxxas TRX4Ms. I hope you guys have been enjoying the build breakdowns here on the A to Z YouTube channel. And let us know if you want to see more. I'm sure the other guys will do their crawlers. I'm going to be doing my slashes. We're going to try to slowly get through everyone's cars here on the channel. So if you haven't seen it yet, you'll probably see it in the future. But if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave it in the comments down below. Take care, guys.